So starting tomorrow, we're creating a donkey list. And as long as Flatzoid and Leo's videos are still up, they will be the first two on this donkey list. Now, this doesn't apply to viewers. This is just content creators. And this is not for content creators asking questions and pointing out things that they want explaining. I can appreciate people asking questions. It's the blatant liars. This list is going to be for people too lazy and stubborn to go fact check the source and making definitive claims.
Shouldn't say, because I want you to be the judge. And just to be clear before I go, I've made no claims about TV studios or anything like that. All I've done is highlight obvious problems, dishonest ways, or issues with the footage we've seen that I've shown in the various videos over the last week. That's been my only claims. And the people that would usually thank me for highlighting these things with regard to NASA and other stuff like that, strangely enough, are having knee-jerk reactions to me highlighting it because it relates to this final experiment. You make of that what you want.
Well, thank you. I too want truth. So it doesn't sound like you're claiming they didn't go to Antarctica or that they filmed this inside of a studio. It sounds like you are just pointing out dishonesty. If you go back and listen to my channel, you will see that over half of my videos are calling out blatant liars, no matter what side you're on, whether you are a demonstrable realist, a flat earther, or a glober. A liar is a liar, and I just want truth. So let's see, are you an honest man, or are you a blatant liar? Let's give it a listen.
The first clip starts with the famous Vapegate shot itself, and then leads on to a conversation that Whitsitt had with Flatzoid just over 3 days ago, discussing, of course, Vapegate. And then the second clip is from just over a day ago, from Whitsitt's own channel, yet again, where he's discussing Vapegate. And the two claims that are a couple of days apart give the game away. I don't need to say much. Let's have a look at the first clip.
So before we watch this, I want to give it some context. This is a live stream Austin did to prove he was live and to prove he was where he was. He was interacting with us in the chat, running around like a monkey to try and prove to the skeptics that he was where he was. He was picking up snow and trying to breathe out breath. So he's interacting with us live. So if you hadn't seen this, no big deal. But if you're a content creator and you haven't seen this and you're slandering him, that makes you a piece of shit.
There's a little breath. What's up now? You have to take like deeper breaths, and it sucks. It hurts your lungs. Okay.
I went inside and drank water. And like I've said many times, if you go into somewhere that is warmer and you drink water, when you come out, you can see your breath more. I've also said that, yes, I did unexpectedly find a vape in my bag when I was traveling. That's because I used an old little bag I used for chargers, and it had a vape in there from way back in the day, because I did used to vape. I don't vape now. And so I did hit that vape a couple times when I was in Antarctica. But I did absolutely, objectively not hit a vape, walk over to the scene, to the screen, and then exhale it to fake my breath.
So to give that context, that was in Earth Awakenings, him answering Flatzoid's questions, offering full transparency, and here he clearly says that he did not walk out, hit the vape, walk over to the screen, and blow it out to fake his breath.
You heard that. Essentially, he drank some water in the cabin, and he's claiming at no point whatsoever did he take a hit on the vape between leaving the cab and going to the laptop stroke camera, okay?
Now, why in the world would you say that and leave off the end of his sentence and then church it up like at no point whatsoever? He never denied he had an e-cig there. He never denied he hit the e-cig. He just said that he did, and he even went and put his hand on the damn Bible for you buffoons. Like, this is getting old. This is what happens when you lie, Flatzoid. Then lazy content creators repeat your horse shit.
But I did absolutely, objectively, not hit a vape, walk over to the scene, to the screen, and then exhale it to fake my breath. And then exhale it to fake my breath.
He's claiming at no point whatsoever did he take a hit on the vape between leaving the cab and going to the laptop stroke camera, okay?
The point is, whether it was vape or whether it was his breath, the point is he didn't lie. He's saying he didn't do it intentionally. There's no way to prove him wrong. So you heard it loud and clear. So Leo, if you misunderstood it or didn't pay enough attention or whatever the case may be, if it was an honest mistake, then pull this bullshit down and I won't put you on the donkey list, dude.
He's claiming that it came down to him drinking some water inside the cabin. Of course, I highlighted that's ridiculous because you don't have to hold your breath from inside the cabin all the way to the camera, which is silly because if you were trying to prove that point, you would have brought the drink with you and give us a practical demonstration.
Man, you don't know that. You're just claiming shit. And you're attacking the one person in this whole trip that's offering transparency.
Proving the very point you were trying to prove, and that was foggy breath, to prove where you were, to doubters within your comment section.
Man, if you weren't being a damn stubborn donkey, you'd go back and research this, and you'd know that later that day, he went on Owen Benjamin's live stream and drank tea and showed his breath the whole time just because of that.
Is your claim basically that the Owen Benjamin stream was in a different place that wasn't in the studio?
I would, yeah, imagine that would be afterwards in response to Vapegate, basically.
So, like, we were somewhere with Antarctic mountains that was cold, or I gotta understand.
I don't doubt that you guys flew there.
Okay.
The footage of you flying there seems real. People have alleged it's fake. I don't necessarily believe it is.
It's insane.
But I believe that you took a trip to Antarctica, gave you real footage, and then you did the rest in a studio setting where there was no cold breath.
This is where you wind up if you follow these claims. You wind up in places of retardia. Like, why would he do a stream in a studio if they were in Antarctica?
Now, this came out just over a day ago.
I hit my vape. I keep it up close to my mouth. In fact, sometimes I'd have it in my sleeve right here. I just hit it really quickly like this. Then I would exhale real quickly. Then I walked over there. I tried to make sure there was no smoke anywhere involved whatsoever. I exhaled so far away from the computer that when I saw my breath, I was surprised, right? Because I was like, oh, what's up now? And I also had drank water when I went inside. So I'm like...
Now, if he would have played the whole thing, you would have heard this, the part he conveniently clipped out.
You know what else you would do? You know when else you would do those things is when you were going to hit a vape real quick, but didn't want it to be seen on a stream because you don't want people seeing you hit a vape. So that's all that was. I hit my vape. I keep it up close to my mouth. In fact, sometimes I'd have it in my sleeve right here. I just hit it really quickly like this. Then I would exhale real quickly.
So it's not hard to see. This is a man trying to be transparent. I do the same thing. I hit the vape and blow the smoke off the stream. I don't want to promote vaping.
There's a little...
So, yeah. So 3 days ago, just over, he didn't have a vape.
He never once said he didn't have a vape. That is a bold-faced lie. So be a man, dude. Take this bullshit down.
Of course, when it was highlighted how absurd his claim was about the water was, he's mysteriously now got a vape.
More bold-faced lies, and I love how he churches it up now. He mysteriously has a vape. Once again, he never claimed he didn't have a vape. Ever. You're lying, dude.
Which was what he was being called out for in the first place. And now he's claiming he puffed the vape, but got rid of the vape before he got to the camera. It's just one story after another.
No, this is you with one blatant lie after another. And you're doing it to slander a man. If you go back and watch this shit, you'd see that he said he's going to go in there and drink some water to try and show his breath. And you'd see how chapped his lips were.
It's just one story after another. I shouldn't say because I want you to be the judge.
If you want us to be the judge, then why are you clipping shit short and putting words in his mouth and taking words out of his mouth and blatantly lying.
And just to be clear before I go, I've made no claims about TV studios or anything like that. All I've done is highlight obvious problems, dishonest ways, or issues with the footage we've seen that I've shown in the various videos over the last week.
No, it's crystal clear that you haven't researched any of this. You're just listening to Flatzoid's claims and his lies and repeating them. And don't leave slander off your list, because what I've seen is you slandering the only person in this whole ordeal that's trying to be transparent.
That's been my only claims. And the people that would usually thank me for highlighting these things with regard to NASA and other stuff like that, strangely enough, are having knee-jerk reactions to me highlighting it because it relates to this final experiment. You make of that what you want.
The moral of this story is, before you slander people in our own community, do the research. Don't get lazy. Don't lie, or you will wind up on the donkey list. Have a nice day.